Here we go. Chapter 82. In his Operibus Consiliusque. So in these works and planning, abiduum. This is a period of 2 days, were consumed. Tertio die. On the third day, magna pars, a great part, operis of the work of Caesar, had already been processed, or processorat that actually finished them, you might want to say. Illi, they, the former people we were talking about. Impediende, genitive, relique, genitive, munitio. Okay, causa, for the sake of, post-positive to all these genitives. Then those, for the sake of impeding the rest of the munitions, of the rest of the fortifications. Curcita means around. Ninth hora, so the 9th hour in the afternoon, with a signo dato, with a signal given. These people, their legions, they educanted. They let out their legions, and an aciem, a battle line, they instrumented, they drew up sub castris, near the camp. Caesar, ab opere, from the work, he revocated his legions. He called back his legions, and he ubited. He ordered, taking the infinitive, to convenere, omne equitatem, all his cavalry to convene or gather together. He instrued or drew up his battle line. So we now have two forces. So this looks like it was contra opinionem, and there's enim. For this was contrary to the expectations or opinion, militum of the soldiers, and the fama omnium. This is the rumours or the reports of all of them. They didn't think there was going to be a battle. Videre, it seemed, and it was a ferabating. It was bringing great detriment or losses. This little bit is they seemed to think that they had defugicid from the problem. They thought they had avoided this battle, and so this was against the expectations or opinion of the soldiers. But now they knew there was going to be a battle, and this was bringing great detriment or something to them. Said, but iestem de causes, for the same reasons or causes which sunt cognita, which were being thought. Quo minus, looks like stop someone from doing something. Again, quo minus can be positive or negative, where quin is negative. And so he velated, he wanted the demacare, he wanted to be prevented from fighting, demacare is to fight, for the same reasons which everyone was thought, movabator. And he was moved, and hoc etiam magus, and this even more, he was moved, because the spatae brevitate, there was a brief bit of space, or a small bit of space, so that etiam, even in flight, if they routed the other people, if these adversaries were thrown into flight, conjectus means thrown, so this little bit he'd be ablative absolute or something. So if the adversaries had all been thrown into flight, there'll be not much, not multum, to suum victoria juvre. Not much would be able to help in a victory. Ad summum just means to the height of the victory, or in total. So this whole section here is just a sentence. So for the same reasons which were being thought, even more or less he wanted to fight. And he was moved even more because there was such a small amount of space to fight in, and even if the adversaries had been thrown into flight, there was not much this would do to help his victory. So this is all going on in Caesar's head. Non enim, for there was not Amplius more than duabus pedum illibus, 2,000 feet, distabat, distance from camp to camp. So this is what he was talking about in this small amount of space. It wasn't more than 2,000 feet from one camp to the other. And Hink, in one place, 2 parts of Aches, the 2 parts were taken up with lines. Here it goes, occupying them. So 2 parts occupied 2 parts, and the tertia, the third part, was vacant. and this was relicta. This was left to the incursions, this is the attacks, and the impetums and the attacks militum of the soldiers. So this probably means they would be running towards each other, and the impetum would be the attack itself. Si prolium committeritur. So if they were to commit to battle, that's the passive. So if a battle were to be committed, or they were to be joined in battle, the proprinquatus, the nearness of the castorums, of the camps, celerem means quick, would give dabat to the superatus, to those who were still alive, and etc. This would give them a receptum, a place to go quickly in their flight. So those people who were overcome, or they were left, the nearness of the camp would give them an easy place to retreat to. So causa hac Dei, for this reason, he constituerated, he decided to resist any people in fur antibusing their standards. Anyone who was attacking him, he would resist. But prior to that, he would non-lacerate. He would not provoke them into a battle, prolio. So this is his great thinking. Don't actually attack them. Just wait for them to attack you. 83. Acis erat Afriana. This is the adjective form of his name. So Afrianus's battle lines were duplex. That means he had 2 lines of 5 legions. That's what the V means. It's 5. And there was a third in subsidies. These are his subsidiaries or his auxiliaries. These were cohorts, alarium. Also, it's what they call the wings of the auxiliaries. So they obtinabanted, they took up their locum, they took up a place. So that these 5 legions must have been his main forces, and these other ones were just subsidiary auxiliary people. And Caesarus triplex, there was 3 of Caesar's taking up space. So describing Caesar's triple lineup, but first, Aciem, the first line was quaternae cohorts. 4 cohorts. Oh, hang on, the phone's ringing. Okay, that was just people ringing up because it's my birthday. So we went to Caesar's triple line. So first of all, the first line was made up of 4 cohorts, which were tenebanting, holding this first line. They were from 5 legions, so it's 4 cohorts from 5 legions. And these had subsidiaries again, so turnae means 3. So there was 3 behind these, and again, versus, to them the same amount, 3 others. So in the front you had 4 cohorts, behind that 3 cohorts, and then others behind that of another 3 cohorts. And these all come from the same legions. You had Sagittarii, these are archers, and Fundators, these are slingers. They sling rocks and things, and they were contained in the media of the Aci, the middle of the line, and the equitatus were the horsemen cavalry. They were kingabatting, hemming up the latera, the sides, the flanks. So Talai, such were the Achae instructors. So were these lines drawn up, tenere, utaque, so utaque means each of them, vidabator, it seemed to be teneraing, holding their proposition. This is their intentions or their purpose or their plan. Of the utaque, one was Caesar, and that ne nisi, not unless he was coactus, not unless he was forced, would he committeret to prolem, commit to battle. And Ili, the former guy, Afrianus, the other of the utaques, so that he could impederet, imperfect subjunctive, the opera Caesaris, the works of Caesar. So this is their propositum, their purpose. Productator tamen res, so the res, the matter, tamen nevertheless, producata, dragged on, went forwards, and the Acis, the battle lines, ad occasum solus, again split with the genitive, to the setting of the sun, continitord. So both lines drew up and they stayed there till the sunset. And inde, then, utrique, both of the 2, discaronted in castra, then each of them went back into their own camps. That's a very short day today. Okay, so I've set up a daily dictionary word, continuo, very common word. It's one of the compounds of tenio. You see derived terms, etc. But hold, keep, connect, maintain. Usually it contains the same way as we'd use it in English. Fast and hold in position, or you even post people there. You detain, restrain, repress, enclose. So yeah, it's used to enclose a lot. Check, curb, stop, tame, subdue. So it's got a variety of purposes and comprise, involve, and contain. So the very last word mentioned, contain, seems to be the most closest one in English. Continuo and contain. Okay, back to the plot. Postero die. It's in the ablative, so we know on the next day or at the next day, during the next day, you might want to say. Caesar, the munitions institutors, these fortifications which had been begun, he prepared to perficere them, to complete. Parat is one of the words that takes infinitive. If you download the verbs take infinitive download and go to the last page, it's pretty much all the common words and a few rare ones. Ili. This was Afrianus, and there's another guy, he hasn't been mentioned today, Petrius. He's the other one of these plural people. Avadum, which is a ford or a shallow, fluminous of the river Sicorus, that's double genitive. They would temptare, they would test, and it's in the infinitive from possent. It's one of the most common words that take infinitive. So if it was possible to cross, see transiri, they would attempt to cross the Flumen Sicorus. Qua re, again re's female, taking the qua, enum adversa. So with this matter, Caesar, having noticed this matter, enum adversa, it's together today. Sometimes I've seen it split. This matter was noticed by Caesar, and the Germanos in the accusative, so the Germans of light armour, the light armour Germans, and the equitum and apartem, and a part of his cavalry, traicated the Flumen. They crossed the river, the Flumen, and Crebras custodius in the Rippus are the riverbanks, and Caesar disponated. So he placed down there frequent custodians or guards or patrols on that part of the river. Again, Caesar's taking some actions. It's very short today, 12 minutes, so that's it.